Hi, I'm DeSanctis. Welcome to MBANow. I'm here today with MBA's Dawn Williams to discuss everything you need to know about the upcoming Secondary and Capital Markets Conference taking place in the Big Apple, New York City, on May 18th through the 21st. Dawn, thank you for joining us today.
Thank you.
MBA Secondary Market News is always front and center every year during this conference. Who do we have on the agenda this year?
Well, yes, the market information is always a driver for all of our members and absolutely for the secondary and capital markets professionals. So we're going to kick things off with the New York Fed this year. We'll have the president of the New York Fed, John Williams, doing our opening general session. We'll follow that with MBA's chief economist, Mike Frattantoni. He'll present the MBA market forecast, and then he's also going to sit down with some MBS analysts to take a look at what their view is from their vantage point. And of course, we go into a lot of deep dive into the numbers in all the breakout sessions. So we'll talk about MSR assets, we'll talk about non-QM securitizations, we'll talk about all the tax changes and a lot more.
A lot of timely information for our members on the markets. That's going to be great to see. Let's switch over to the administration. We just passed the 100 days of the Trump administration. There's a lot going on. Our president and CEO, Bob Brooksmith, will be delivering remarks on that. Who else do we have in store?
Right. Well, of course, MBA tracks what's happening with the administration on a daily basis, and we always like to invite the leaders to come and speak so that our attendees can hear directly from them. So this year, we're really honored to have FHFA's Director Bill Pulte speaking, and this will actually be his first address to the industry. We'll also hear from the new Executive Vice President and COO of Ginnie Mae, Joe Gormley. So we're very pleased to have that happen. We do expect also to hear from the leaders of the GSEs, and you'll have to check our schedule at MBA.org/secondary to get an update on exactly who will be speaking. But while we're talking about change, Adam, I do want to mention that we also have some real change makers on the main stage talking about industry transformation overall. And that's the COO of Rocket, Heather Lovier, and the Chief Strategy Officer from CMG Financial, Paul Akinmade.
A lot of information there and a lot of timely updates from our government agencies and elsewhere. It's going to be great. Let's switch over to Tuesday. We also have Empower on the center stage. Tell us about that.
So our Empower founder, Marcia Davies, is going in a new direction with the session this year. We'll be hearing from Dr. Elizabeth Coman. She'll be giving us some information on her medical research and the history of women's health issues and how they've really been misunderstood and often overlooked over the years. I'm listening to her book right now, and I think it's going to be a really great interview with Marcia.
That's fantastic. I'm also personally, as a New York Yankees fan, really excited to see David Cone, Cy Young winner, multiple World Series titles. When I was in Little League, I used to pretend to pitch like him. So that's going to be fantastic. Tell us about that.
Oh, I'm so glad. That will be a lot of fun. Sports Talk is one great example of some of the networking opportunities that we have at the conference. So I feel like when anybody comes into New York for secondary conference, they always talk about all the activity on the 8th floor at the Marriott Marquis. But there's a lot of other activity thanks to our sponsors on all the other floors. So we have networking lunches. We have free open meeting space, coffee all day long, lots of refreshment breaks. We'll kick all that off starting on Sunday night with the Manhattan Meetup. That's a chance to get drinks, listen to some music, and connect with other attendees on the first night of the conference.
Yeah, networking is always so crucial and important at all of our conferences, and especially at secondary. And finally, Wednesday morning, we have our breakfast discussion. That's always highly attended and anticipated. Tell us about that.
So we're going to wrap it up this year with MBA's policy experts, and it will really be an open forum and a chance for you to ask any questions that you have for them. So whether it's a new rule, a new initiative, it's a time to really get some clarity on some of those issues and just ask any last-minute questions an attendee may have.
And that will be a great way to wrap up the conference. Dawn, I can't wait to be at secondary. I'm sure you feel the same, and I hope you join us. Go to MBA.org/secondary to register.